Whistle's post-credits scene twist and sequel setup explained by director and star. Warning: major spoilers lie ahead for Whistle. Though its leads may have survived its terrifying sound, Whistle's post-credits scene has set up many other characters to face their deathly futures. Helmed by the Nun's Corin Hardy, the film centers on Chryse Willett, played by Deadpool Wolverine's Daphne Keene, a quiet teenager who moves to a new town and finds herself welcomed into a group of misfits at the local high school. Upon discovering an ancient Aztec death whistle that they believe conjures the dead, they realize it actually summons their future deaths to hunt them down, leading to a grisly series of deaths that the group must find a way to stop. Ahead of the movie's wide release, Screen Rant's Liam Crowley interviewed Corin Hardy and Sophie List to discuss Whistle. When asked about the movie's post-credits scene in which a new teen character starts to blow the whistle in a full high school auditorium, the director confessed it was too good to not tease the chances of a sequel on a bigger scale than the first, saying that whether it hints at the entire crowd being in danger depends on what you think. Hardy went on to reveal that this post-credits twist was actually written to take place in the school canteen, only for him to change it as he felt it needs to be the maximum audience possible. Corin Hardy: made me laugh a little bit to contemplate what might happen just after that happens. If you know the mythology and what's going to happen to 400 of them, that would make an interesting movie in its own right. I think the mythology lends itself to more stories. If we got the chance to tell them, it would obviously be very cool to continue telling Whistle stories. Elise went on to express her excitement about the Whistle sequel setup in the post-credits, particularly as she feels that her and Keen's characters will have a better chance to save more people after Chryse and Ellie survived the ordeal the first time. However, she does acknowledge that there will be a lot of pressure on their shoulders now, to which Hardy humorously revealed the part of the scene that was cut regarding Melissa's character Corin Hardy. What you didn't see is the cutaway where Ellie grabs 2 pairs of earplugs and shoves them into their ears. Having been affected by the Whistle's death curse after it was blown at the party, Chryse and Ellie are the only 2 survivors come the Whistle ending. Much like the Final Destination franchise, they find the way to escape their demise at the hands of their future selves is to die and come back to life, which they only narrowly do as Ellie gives Chryse mouth-to-mouth resuscitation after drowning her, and Ellie's curse is passed to Percy Hines White's Noah after he shoots her and touches her blood. Despite the seemingly happy conclusion in which Chryse and Ellie have successfully begun a romantic relationship, Michaela Kong's Asha is seen now in possession of the death whistle, mysteriously sitting in her locker. The Whistle post-credits scene sees her getting ready to play the high school's anthem on her violin in front of a full auditorium, only to pull out the whistle and blow it, much to the dismay of Chryse and Ellie, who failed to stop her from the crowd. Should Whistle indeed get a sequel, it now has a number of ways to expand the potential franchise. The most obvious route would be to explore the fallout of the large high school crowd now being cursed by the whistle, potentially centering on Chryse and Ellie trying their best to help everyone through it the same way they survived. Considering they survived their ordeal compared to similar characters in the Final Destination or Smile franchises, it would bring a major flip to the formula of a curse hunting down victims. One of the other potential options would be for Hardy and writer Owen Egerton to branch away from the pair and explore the Whistle's reach beyond the central town in Whistle. Whether it be a prequel offering a little more backstory about the eponymous item or a follow-up spin-off that sees someone affected by the curse attempting to pass it on in the hopes of breaking free from it, there are a variety of options for a new film to go. Ultimately, as Hardy notes, it will come down to how Whistle performs, whether it gets a sequel. Going into the Super Bowl weekend, the movie is only releasing in 1,200 theaters, and early projections in the low single digits of millions, which isn't entirely bad. But in writing a narrowly fresh 60 approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, it will need to ride a strong word of mouth to see a rise in the coming weeks, especially to go up against Scream 7. Plus, with the creative and producing teams behind it yet to make a sequel to any of their prior films, it's unclear the financial heights they're looking for Whistle to hit to greenlight a follow-up.